Who gave you permission to talk to me like that? You're something. Was spending time with Liam? Making him wear my tuxedo?
Stop making a scene. You always do this. I'm tired of plaveting you.
Ethan, this is all my fault. I offered to be Sierra's model. Please, hit me if you want. Just don't be angry at her.
Later, Liam bought me an expensive watch as an apology. Mrs. Sterling came to our penthouse to explain everything personally. But something felt off. They were apologizing to me. Sure, but their words were laced with protectiveness toward Liam.
Sorry, Ethan. Liam's sorry. He just got a little carried away.
Ethan, you know Liam is the son of the man who saved my husband's life. His father is gone now, and Liam's alone. We have to take care of him.
Sierra nodded along eagerly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Ethan. Liam's young. We should be looking out for him. Plus, you're about to marry me. You'll be his brother-in-law soon. Why fight with a family?
Sierra looked so sincere. I let it go. Sierra smiled, took an emerald ring from a velvet box and slid it onto my finger.
There. Is Mr. Quimmen done being grumpy now?
I felt the warmth of her touch and finally relaxed. I handed her a folder.
Sterling Industries wants to expand into tech, right? This is my latest research from MIT.
Ethan, I love you.
Before I could finish, Sierra threw herself into my arms. Her enthusiasm made me blush. I was so focused on our future together. I didn't realize her love wasn't exclusive, that it was quietly shifting toward Liam Carter. Five years after leaving the country, I returned to attend Mrs. Sterling's birthday gala at the plaza. My former fiancée Sierra Sterling, I'd been engaged to since we were 8, pulled out a custom designed Tom Ford tuxedo and proposed to me in front of everyone. The ballroom erupted. They all expected me to fall to my knees in tears of joy. Say yes, beg her to take me back. After all, I'd love Sierra Sterling with the kind of desperate, embarrassing devotion that became Manhattan society legend. But they seemed to have forgotten something. 5 years ago, at our wedding, she ripped the custom Armani suit off my body in front of 300 guests, stomped on it with her Laubautines. For another man, she publicly accused me of academic fraud, scientific misconduct. The wedding was cancelled. I stood there in front of everyone, judged, mocked, destroyed. That day, I left for Europe alone. But now that I am back, Mrs. Sterling grips my shoulder, says,
Ethan, Sierra missed you terribly these past 5 years. Even after what you did, she never forgot you. After you left, she spent a fortune burying those scandals. If you're willing to give her another chance, the Sterling family will give you an even grander wedding than before.
Ethan Quinn, will you marry me?
When I don't answer, Sierra repeats her proposal.
Ethan Quinn, will you marry me?
Mrs. Sterling watches me with expectant eyes, like I am a charity case who should be grateful. I thought seeing Sierra again would make me angry. But standing here, looking at her holding that tuxedo like a peace offering, I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. The ballroom falls silent. Some curious, most waiting for the drama. When I left New York 5 years ago, I never came back. They don't know I am married, that I have a daughter, so I don't know if Sierra orchestrated this public proposal herself, or if she is planning to humiliate me again for sport. A flash of mockery crosses my expression, but I keep my face polite, detached.
Thank you for the honor, Miss Sterling. I was young and foolish back then. I don't have those feelings anymore. What? He rejected her? Is he insane? Didn't he literally beg her to marry him for years? Now she's proposing and he said no?
Everyone stares at me like I've lost my mind. Because 5 years ago, I did more than a few foolish things for Sierra Sterling. I made waves that rippled through all of Manhattan's elite circles. Like the time I spent $9 million on fireworks at the Brooklyn Bridge, spelled out Sierra Sterling in the sky for her birthday. Or when I hired drones to fly over Times Square for an entire month, displaying Sierra Thuddy Ethan on continuous loop. 2 weeks before our wedding, I bought every digital billboard in Manhattan. Had our engagement photos rotating Fiderna. At 25, I loved her like a man possessed. Wanted the whole world to witness our perfect love story. Never imagined she'd betray me. After all, this was Sierra Sterling, my first constant, my childhood promise. She learned my name before she learned most words, learned how to spell Ethan long before she cared about spelling her own. Growing up, she was always just there reminding me to take care of myself, quietly fixing the things I forgot, folding my shirts without being asked, like it was simply part of loving me. For 20 years, we were closer than siblings, more in sync than most married couples. Even when I became the notoriously strict Professor Quinn at MIT, with her I was still the little boy who called her Sierra Bear and chased her around with flowers, always tender, always devoted, always hers. The year our love burned brightest, we stood at the Lovelock Bridge in Paris and vowed to be together forever. I believed love like ours was eternal, until 1 month before the wedding, when Liam Carter was brought into the Sterling household as their ward. Supposedly, he was the orphan son of Mr. Sterling's old army buddy. His father had saved Mr. Sterling's life, so they took Liam in out of obligation. At first, Sierra and I were both kind to him. I even took him to Knicks games and taught him to golf. But somehow, somewhere along the way, Sierra started spending more and more time with Liam. She started bringing him on our dates. Our private dinners for 2 became dinners for 3. On Valentine's Day, Sierra promised to come with me for the final fitting of the custom tuxedo she designed for our wedding. I called her 100 times, waited in our penthouse for 2 hours. All I got was a text. Something came up. Rain check. Frustrated, I went to the tailor alone and found Liam Carter standing there wearing my custom tuxedo, Sierra adjusting his collar, her cousins circling him like vultures, calling him brother-in-law. Their praise and laughter made it seem like Liam and Sierra were the engaged couple, and I was the outsider. Rage and humiliation burned through me. My vision went red.
Do you even remember I'm your fiancé?
I demanded, voice shaking. Sierra finally looked up from Liam. No guilt, no shame, just annoyance.
I told you something came up. Why are you here? Can you stop being so paranoid and jealous all the time? You're acting pathetic, like a child.
I'm Ethan Quinn, son of Wall Street legend Marcus Quinn, MIT's youngest tenured professor. I don't take disrespect from anyone.
Sierra Sterling, who gave you permission to talk to me like that? You're something. Was spending time with Liam? Making him wear my tuxedo?
My voice cracked. By the time I finished speaking, I'd crushed my phone screen in my fist without realizing it. Sierra instinctively grabbed my bleeding hand, but her tone was still accusatory.
Ethan, stop making a scene. You always do this. I'm tired of plaveting you. I just had Liam try on the tux for sizing. Why are you throwing a tantrum over something so small?
I was so shocked. I forgot to respond. Sierra Sterling was lecturing me, blaming me. For 20 years, no matter what I did, she never said a harsh word to me. Spoiled me rotten. But now she is calling me unreasonable in front of all these people. Like she has forgotten that she is the one who made me this way. My silence stretches too long. Sierra's expression softens with regret.
Ethan, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But you accused me without knowing the full story. That hurt.
I forced myself to stay calm. Decide to hear her explanation.
Then explain. Why did you cancel on me today?
Sierra soothes me by squeezing my fingers, kisses my cheek, then launches into her story.
Didn't you notice the sapphire cufflinks on the tux came loose? The original technique wasn't securing them properly, so I switched to a new method. I needed a model to test if they'd hold, but my usual model canceled, so I grabbed Liam as a last-minute substitute.
Her tone is earnest, gentle. It sounds reasonable. My anger cools. But I am still not satisfied.
Then what about your cousins calling him brother-in-law?
Oh, Ethan. You're so spoiled. My cousin talking about getting a tux for the brother-in-law, meaning you. You're taking it out of context.
She puts on a wounded expression, teasing me with her eyes. I'm already embarrassed about my outburst. Now I just want to grab her hand and leave, but before I can touch her, Liam steps between us.
Ethan, this is all my fault. I offered to be Sierra's model. Please, hit me if you want. Just don't be angry at her.
Liam stares at me like a kicked puppy. The people around us glare at me like I am a monster. Even Sierra reaches out to comfort Liam while gently suggesting I leave. Later, Liam bought me an expensive watch as an apology. Mrs. Sterling came to our penthouse to explain everything personally. But something felt off. They were apologizing to me. Sure, but their words were laced with protectiveness toward Liam.
Sorry, Ethan. Liam's sorry. He just got a little carried away.
Ethan, you know Liam is the son of the man who saved my husband's life. His father is gone now, and Liam's alone. We have to take care of him.
Sierra nodded along eagerly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Ethan. Liam's young. We should be looking out for him. Plus, you're about to marry me. You'll be his brother-in-law soon. Why fight with a family?
Sierra looked so sincere. I let it go. Sierra smiled, took an emerald ring from a velvet box and slid it onto my finger.
There. Is Mr. Quimmen done being grumpy now?
I felt the warmth of her touch and finally relaxed. I handed her a folder.
Sterling Industries wants to expand into tech, right? This is my latest research from MIT.
Ethan, I love you.
Before I could finish, Sierra threw herself into my arms. Her enthusiasm made me blush. I was so focused on our future together. I didn't realize her love wasn't exclusive, that it was quietly shifting toward Liam Carter. Her Instagram became a shrine to Liam, photos of them together every single day. Rumors started spreading through Manhattan's elite circles. The Quinn-Sterling engagement was off. The Sterling family was planning to marry Sierra to their ward instead. I heard the whispers and wanted to confront the Sterlings immediately, but before I could, Liam showed up at my MIT office. Gone was the scared, timid boy from a week ago. Now his expression dripped with smug satisfaction.
Ethan, you've heard the rumors, right? That's not just the Sterling family's intention. It's Sierra's, too. If you don't want to embarrass yourself, cancel the engagement.
I clenched my fists to control my rage. I'd promised Sierra I'd be patient with Liam, but Liam misread my silence as weakness. His smile widened.
Still in denial, Ethan? Don't worry. You'll see Sierra's choice soon enough.
I snapped. My fist connected with his jaw.
Get out!
Liam stumbled backward, shocked that I'd actually hit him. He fled. Furious, I opened my phone and sent Sierra the audio recording of Liam's taunts. Waited for her to apologize, but instead of apologizing, she questioned me. Ethan, is there some misunderstanding? Liam's always been kind and thoughtful. He'd never do this. Are you sure someone didn't trick you? I stared at the screen in disbelief. 20 years of history, audio evidence, and she still chose to believe Liam over me. She doubted me for a kid she'd known less than a month. I threw my phone across the room, decided I was done trying. That night, Sierra flew 5 hours from a conference in London to New York, just to smooth things over. When I saw her exhausted face at my door, I couldn't turn her away. The moment I opened the door, she kissed me, deep and desperate. We didn't pull apart until we were both breathless.
Ethan, I only see Liam as a brother. I'd never have feelings for him. You believe me, right? But he's my father's savior's son. There are things I can't control. You understand, don't you? Besides, we're getting married next week. You wouldn't abandon me now, would you?
She looked up at me with those wide, pleading eyes, so careful, so vulnerable. My resolve crumbled. I chose to believe her unconditionally. I didn't know that trust wasn't mutual, that she was about to push me into hell with her own hands.